Well, before P.A.I.D, I was a 18-year-old pregnant mom, well, teen mom, I guess. I had just dropped out of high school because of the fact that I was pregnant. I didn't want to be like those girls. I didn't want to be fitting into that crowd or being labeled as that. So I dropped out. I got my GED. After that, I was home. After having the baby, I was home for a few months. I was depressed. I had the whole postpartum thing going around. I didn't know what to do with my life. All I thought about was just dying because it was crap and I didn't like it anymore.
And before I came here, I was focused on all the wrong things. I was employed, but I didn't have a path, an actual path to follow.
So before P.A.I.D, I was in a tricky situation. I had just moved out of my parents' house 6 months prior, and I was trying to do the whole being on your own independent thing.
I was in this really bad situation, and I was living with my abusive parents again after not living with them for a while and then having to move back in. It wasn't the best place for me at all. It was a very toxic environment. I did not like it. I became a very negative person. And then I joined this program.
I was working in a restaurant and I had been there for about 4 years. And it's kind of like a dead-end job because it's not stable or sustainable.
My parents kicked me out, and like any other person, I wasn't an angel, but I also wasn't a bad person.
I was kind of like in a rut for 2 years. I worked there for 2 years and it sort of sucked because I wasn't going anywhere. I didn't want to be a manager, so there was really no like opportunity to go anywhere else.
I was out of school for about 10 years and all that stuff, so I needed some catch up, you know, so I was in there.
I was jobless and I was homeless, and I knew I wanted to do something, but I didn't know where to start.
The P.A.I.D program
It's a 10-week
Career training
That combines a classroom phase
and job shadow
experiences
that covers
Mindfulness and self-awareness skills.
professional email, resume, and cover letter writing.
Interview strategies and practice.
teamwork and communication skills.
scheduling and balancing responsibilities,
Conflict resolution.
Interest and skills assessment
and college exploration.
The program
is individualized.
based on each participant's
Interests and goals.
after the job
shadows are completed.
students work with program staff,
to achieve their next step goals.
whether it's employment,
Further training.
Or education.
At the steel yard, it was really interesting and it was a lot of fun. It was basically like carpentry but with metal, and they taught me a lot. They taught me how to MIG weld, they taught me how to use all types of saws, cutters, hole punchers, and it was a skill that I'm willing to take with me and make progress from it.
I mean, well, when I came to the P.A.I.D program and I first spoke to the director, Beth, I explained to her, like, I'm more of a hands-on kind of learner. I learn better actually doing than having someone tell me what to do. So she found this program for me called Weld to Work, where they taught me MIG welding hands-on. So it was no chalkboard. We were adding up measurements. It's no long speeches about safety. We literally first day jumped to it. We learned everything. We learned different saws, horizontal bandsaw. We learned plasma cutter, blow torches. We learned how to use the MIG welder. We learned the different gases to use, and it was a great experience. I've never learned that much in a week in my life.
I finished at least 4 weeks of job rotations. I was at Constructive shelter, working there for 2 weeks. Did a great job there. Then I was at Naval Works doing maintenance, mostly maintenance shelter too. Now I'm at the city. I'm working for the city, moving around, looking for couches, looking for anything else that's on the streets, getting rid of them. and NeighborWorks actually offered me a job. And I am proud of it because if it wasn't for the program, if it wasn't for you guys, Beth and everybody else, I wouldn't be in the position I am right now because I wouldn't have found out of the program. I wouldn't have found out nothing about the program, and I probably wouldn't be here right now.
I had to clean. Like, I had to clean tables. I had to wait on people. I had to take their orders. I set the menus down and I was like, okay, well, how are you today? Can I get you something to drink? Just the basics of being a waitress.
I'm learning, you know, how to make your resume look nice, how to make a cover letter, how to email an employer with the right language, not using slang, or, you know, and also, you know, being able to edit your own work. And, you know, also I've learned how to take constructive criticism pretty well in both the classroom setting in P.A.I.D and in the job shadow.
And I didn't have a resume before I started the program, which is kind of bad, but now I can put P.A.I.D on there, so that's good. And there's like things I didn't realize could go on a resume, like how I have 2 years of customer service skills, and they got me like different certifications, like the Northstar thing or certificate. So that was great.
Internal and external like responsibilities, and being able to take responsibility for your actions instead of blaming it externally onto somebody or something else. So I've learned to take responsibility if I'm late, or if you know, a situation has come up and I need to discuss it with somebody. I'm able to confidently talk to them about it instead of just kind of letting it slide, because that's what I used to do, is just kind of like ignore the situation, because I don't really like confrontation. But CCA, the P.A.I.D program, has shown me that, you know how to be confident and how to take charge for your well-being and the people around you.
Well, the only thing I can say is I was scared at first too.
Come to P.A.I.D because doors open here. You know, they give you opportunity where the connections are so open that regardless if what you want to do isn't right in front of your face right there and then, with time you can branch off with your idea and you can build from there.
It helped me in so many different ways. It's very individualized, so it helps you with whatever you need. The staff is so supportive and helpful, and even if you just get 3 job shadows that you absolutely hate, it's still experience. You now know that these are things you thought you wanted to do but you don't, and they'll still work with you to figure out what you do want to do. They'll help you apply to jobs. For me, they built my confidence. They got me all set up and ready to go.
I know we're not the only generation that's uncertain, and we won't be the last. Sometimes youth needs guidance, and I'm happy I found this. Everybody's not provided guidance, so this is like the P.A.I.D program is a perfect opportunity.